Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 4 of Wrenched. This is round 3. Our two final competitors are Kraft and Thomason. Oh man, Thomason's doing pretty good too. So we've got a pretty interesting round to go here. Without further ado, we're going to get right into it. So go ahead, guys, get on your platforms, get ready to open up your chests. Thomason's hanging out down there, and we'll be ready once everybody's on their platforms to start round 3. All right, go ahead and open up your mystery chests, and you will find in them the following items: an energy loader, a generator, stone wafers, and an electronic circuit. 30 minutes are on the clock, and your time starts now. All right, judges, you want to head down into our secret judging room so we can start talking about these items that these guys got to work with?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, guys, we are back in the judging secret room here. The competitors have about 29 minutes and 30 seconds remaining on the clock. What did you guys think of the mystery items we gave them? Let's go to Covert Jaguar first, because one of the items that they have to use today is one that he designed, the energy loader.
It seems like pretty much just, I don't know what they'd use the stone wafers for, but the other three items that just kind of go together.
Yep, they do. What I'm going here really is for creativity in this round. I really want to see, I gave them some items that do somewhat work together, but at the same time, there's one monkey wrench thrown in there, so they have to do something with some kind of redstone logic circuit. But just for the YouTube audience, we'll go over that the energy loader is a Railcraft item. There's a cart in Railcraft called the MFE cart that can store energy and transport it from one place to another. Now, by giving them an energy loader, we hope that they're going to go ahead and craft an energy unloader, which allows them to transport energy using Railcraft carts from one spot to another. And then, of course, we gave them a generator to generate that power. But by giving them just the generator itself, it kind of opens it up to let them use whatever generator they want. If they went ahead and just used the coal-based generator, that's fine. But I'd be interested to see if someone takes that generator and upgrades it to maybe a solar or a, some other type of generator, maybe geothermal or something like that. And then electronic circuits are required for almost all the industrial craft machines. So basically what we want to see here is something to do with Railcraft and industrial craft combined. And the reason I kind of pointed them all to the direction of industrial craft is because they are going to have a lot of work to do to get a complicated rail system going with energy loaders and unloaders and MFE cart and all that. So they're going to have their work cut out for them, even though it looks like they've got some pretty similar items that all are pointing to the direction of industrial craft energy. I think they do have a lot of work to do. And then, of course, the stone wafer is the base component in pretty much every component of Red Power 2 logic gates. So there's plenty of logic gates they can choose from. They're just going to have to use at least one. So those are the items. Slowpoke, what did you think?
I'm really liking this one. This is my favorite chest today. I think this is open for 1,000,001 different.
Yep, I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest with you. I think it, like I said, all points in the direction of industrial craft, but this gives them the opportunity to hopefully spend their time building something cool with Railcraft because, they're going to have to use their rolling machines and quite a few other items to get a nice rail system going. We've only given them raw materials here.
And with this, there's no excuses. I mean, we've really struggled to have people actually finish builds today.
Yep.
That should not happen on this.
No, I think this time around they've got plenty of open-ended direction to go for the most part. I mean, we just said here's some raw materials. You guys put them together in a creative way. I mean, electronic circuit basically says build whatever you want from industrial craft. They could use them for a solar panel if they wanted to, and that would combine the generator and the electronic circuit.
I'm wondering if we'll see some wireless technology.
That's possible. Oh, we're starting to see some rebar and some stone ties and stone rail beds in the project table over on Thomason's side. So stone rail beds, tell us, Covert Jaguar, those aren't used for just regular tracks, are they?
No, that's kind of an odd choice because those rails that use those are typically a lot more expensive.
Right, and they're used for high-speed rails, is that correct?
Well, high-speed rails and the new reinforced rails, but I don't know what version you're running.
We are not running that version.
Yeah, I don't think we are. Yep,
We're
and we've got some
quite an old version.
gold insulated cabling over here in the project table. So I think an MFE is going to pretty soon be made over on the side with Kraft. He's probably going to go with the MFE cart, which is pretty much a requirement. We'll open up NEI here. properly spell the word cart and see that there is a bat box, MFE, and MFSU cart. So they have 3 options pretty much for the type of cart they go with. Of course, the bat box being the easier one to craft. Tog, any thoughts on the basket?
On the items that they have?
Yep.
Yeah, well, obviously, these items, are fairly related this time, so,
Yep.
definitely pointing to, strong use of IC2, as you said, with the, stone wafers, and, you know, you can make just about anything out of that. It shouldn't be too hard.
Oh yeah, not bad at all.
From a NOT gate, or you know, maybe a timer or something. You know, those are components you see in quite a few builds that, for automation of one sort or another.
True, definitely true. So, oh, we've got some wooden slabs hanging out over on Craft's side, so I suspect we're going to start seeing some wooden rail beds very, very soon. Oh yeah, he's got some creosote oil down here too. And here come the wooden rail beds. As predicted, yep, you're going to have to use your wooden rail beds, of course, to, you know, oh, and he does have an MFE cart in his project table. Definitely indication of the direction he went there.
It's possible Thomason didn't realize that there's creosote down there.
That is possible. But he does, no, he has wooden rail beds. He has some wooden ones.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing a combination wooden and stone rail beds, that's for sure. I don't know why he's doing both, but yeah. I mean, high-speed rails are the only thing I can think of that use stone rail beds in this version of
I don't think
Railcraft.
you got enough room to really do a proper high-speed rail on these platforms.
Yeah, I mean, but, you know, we'll see what he comes up with.
Not one that actually really accomplishes anything, no.
No, but, you know, he could say, like, you know, something along the lines of, well, this would be, you know, transporting from a, let's say, nuclear reactor, and I want it far away from my base, so it doesn't blow up by mistake. So he could just say to us, you know, the intention here is that this rail would be, of course, like, you know, hundreds of blocks long. I just didn't want to build that out. I think that would be an acceptable response.
In fact, I think that's a great response.
I mean, like, that's what I would say if I was competing at this point. But we'll have to see what he says, because he can't hear us. Speaking of him not being able to hear us, though, you want to go pull him in, Slowpoke, and we'll see what he's, maybe get a peer into his thought process?
Well, Matt, will have to, he's got the password now, but yeah, we can pull him.
Yeah, Matta, can you grab Thomason and just drag him in?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, very much.
User was moved to your channel.
Thomason, how's it going? That doesn't sound promising. What did you think about these mystery items?
They're okay, really. I just have a dog that really wants to go off and take a leak. So.
Cool. Well, we'll let you get back to building. We didn't want to interrupt you too much. Matabase, do me a favor, swap him out with Craft.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Craft, we just dragged you in here to see how you're making out with these items. What'd you think of the mystery chest items this round?
Pretty good actually. But I'm gonna run out of time, so I'm sorry if I'm not very talkative.
That's fine. Didn't want to interrupt you too much. Do you have a plan in mind? I'm guessing you do if you think you're going to run out of time.
Yeah.
So we won't hold you up. Go ahead and build, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, Maddie, you can move him back.
User was moved out of your channel.
Cool.
So he's got the cart already.
He does,
so,
yeah.
Looks like they're both off to a good start.
Yeah, it does. Looks like we've got plenty of stone ties, standard rails, wooden ties. Plenty of stuff over up here on Thomason's area. Yep, pretty cool. He's running back and forth to the resource pool a lot, though.
So what would be your plan for the wafers, Dave?
Oh boy, for the wafers. You could do something cool with the fact that a lot of the Railcraft tracks respond to a redstone signal. So there's kind of a bit you could do there if you really wanted to. Now the energy loader, and they're going to probably want to craft an energy unloader if they manage to get the time. You know, also emit redstone based on certain conditionals. Isn't that correct, Covert?
Yeah, they do. They connect only to pure redstone dust, though, or tracks.
Okay. Yep. But you can tell it to wait if empty or wait if full. So we'll be interested to see what they do. But you know, these guys could come up with something interesting with their logic gates. That is definitely, to be honest with you, one of the monkey wrenches in this wrench test.
On that note, Covert, is that intentional that it only connects to redstone, or is that just a design?
Yeah, I ran into issues with having a loader next to an unloader. In the case of transferring items from one card to another, they were powering each other and doing wacky things, so
Okay,
I
so they
restricted
don't.
it just to redstone.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
And I guess you don't have it working with red wire either?
No, it does not work directly with red power wire.
Bad face.
Yep, but if
Although
you use the
it
proper...
will power a track, and I don't know if you could connect the wire to the block that the track's on. Yeah, that might work.
Do your tracks power the block they're on?
Well, the unloader should indirectly power, or whatever the convention is, the block that the track is in. That may or may not also power any blocks next to it. Which was part of the reason I had so much trouble with it, because it was doing that.
It was doing the air block power issues.
Yeah.
I know even red power has some. Sorry, go ahead, talk.
So you had like a loader on top and unloader on bottom and the track in the middle, like vertical line there?
Well, no, if you put unloader on top of a loader, with a cart unloading into it and then loading into another cart, it was sending the wrong carts at the wrong times and stuff.
Yeah. It should only transfer energy through solid blocks. The way to fix that, obviously, well, perhaps not obviously, would make it, even though your unloader and loader look like normal cubes, if you make them not actually, you know, solid, then they won't transfer energy.
It wasn't the loaders that were transferring energy, it was the blocks next to them.
Oh.
It was the air block transfer.
Yeah.
Well, they won't transfer it through air either. It has to be cube and solid, so...
So my question is, I wonder if these contestants knew they'd be getting a Railcraft item in this third round. I mean, with Covert Jaguar as our judge, it kind of felt like we definitely had to throw one in there, right?
I would have to agree with you there, Direwolf.
Yeah, absolutely. Needed to have a Railcraft item in round 3. So I was kind of trying to figure out which round I wanted to put it in, and I said, you know what? Whoever gets to the end here is going to have to build something rail-related.
And you know what? See, you did exactly what I knew you would do, and I said if I competed, I was going to have to go practice my Railcraft, because you would throw Railcraft in there, and I would be in the win, because it's not my least favorite. I happen to love it, but I'm just so inexperienced with it to date.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those mods that there's so much to it. It's hard to like really follow along and figure out. And Covert Jaguar here adds a lot of stuff on a regular basis. I mean, he just recently put out a couple updates that I unfortunately haven't been able to keep track of. But I know there's some very new additions to Railcraft. So yeah, like it's not even enough that you have to keep track of it all.
Stuff in the beta that's out there.
Oh
There's
yeah.
quite a bit of new stuff in there too.
There's
It's version 6, right?
And there's go ahead.
Yeah, the beta for version 6. Yeah.
Cool.
Can I ask what side of a cart do you need to put the energy loader on?
I didn't think it matters.
Oh,
As long as
okay.
they're rotatable, so as long as the plug side's facing the cart, it should be fine.
Oh, they're rotatable? They're not like the others where you like have to put the...
No, they're not like the others.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, Kraft has the plug side facing forward. He needs to rotate that with his... Oh, here we go. He has his crowbar. Nice.
It's...
Yep,
Yeah,
there he
no,
goes.
it's
He
facing
figured it out.
Problem solved.
The energy loader is now getting EU, which means the MFE cart should be as well. Yep, it is. Nice. Looks like Kraft got his problem figured out. Nice, very cool. And over here, Thomas inside, he's got some similar stuff going on. Oh, he's got his loader facing downwards. That's cool. Kind of like the item loader, but, you know, same deal.
It's actually facing the wrong direction.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it's facing the back. But I'm sure he'll straighten that out with a wrench or a crowbar.
Actually, an IC2 wrench works too.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, that's true. Oh my, what's he doing over here? Looks like he's got a neat little loop system going. And do keep in mind, of course, when we give players Railcraft items, we know that they have a limited build space to go in. So carts going in circles like that or having small spaces to go is pretty much just because the platforms are, you know, restrictive in how far they can actually send items. So, you know, we usually rely on the players giving us a good story about what their intentions were.
Oh, he's not doing a loop.
Oh, yeah?
No, it's not a loop. But you know,
like transferring from one spot to another.
Yeah, it's just back and forth. I mean, that's what you would do, right?
Right. My guess would be an unloader is going to go over here and connect up to a bat box or MFE over here. And then he really just needs to get the timer in place and, you know, some kind of electronic circuit.
One thing to notice, he's actually using the wrong rails.
Is he? He's using, oh yeah, he's using the, is that the holding rail?
Yeah.
I always mix up the holding rail with the other one, the boarding rail.
The boarding rail.
Yeah.
Oh, when I said non-loop, I meant craft over here.
I had no idea what Craft's doing.
Mm-hmm. Those might work, though, if they're up against a solid block, won't they? Will they kick off in the other direction?
They probably will, but it might bounce around a little.
Yeah. I guess the correct rail here, he probably should have just used a regular powered rail. He didn't need a holding rail just because of the fact that he's putting blocks there, but, I mean, it'll work.
Yeah, powered rails actually don't work very good with them.
Oh,
no, they don't.
I've never tried it, to be honest.
And they boost, I mean, Railcraft boosting is, I mean, I don't know from a coding standpoint different, but I can say from a user standpoint, much different in the way it sends out the car, the speed, and everything along that line from a vanilla powered rail.
I almost think Kraft might be hearing us because he's actually putting signs up on what his intentions are. He has from world on a sign over here, and previously he had to world on a sign over here. So, yeah, he's definitely putting up signs like, hey, this is what it would be. Very cool.
Linked.
And wow, they just hit the 13-minute mark. So their time is quickly wrapping up here. We've got a stone pressure plate and some tin going down. Oh, here comes his detector of energy. And that's probably going towards the energy unloader. If I might... Oh, no, it's not, right? Is it?
Yeah, you need one of those.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Detector energy, machine block, dispenser, and some rechargeable batteries. So, you know, we did give them some items that all work together, but we gave them items that said, hey, you really have to spend a lot of time building stuff because the different tracks and the different components of this build are, you know, a little timely to build. So that's why I feel like this basket is deceptively, you know, appears simple, but really probably isn't.
I mean, you let up on them, you gave them an IC2 circuit, so it's like, okay, use it, we're going to make you use IC2, you pretty much had to use it anyways. Then you give them this energy loader.
Yep. And it's like, oh, that's why we had so many IC2 items in one chest.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they have to use some kind of logic gate, which is, again, kind of the monkey wrench.
Mm-hmm. I do got a random question for everyone here. Did you know when you're in recipe mode and you press the backspace, it will take you to the previous recipe you were looking at?
Yes.
I did not.
Yes,
that is awesome.
Did not. Because I always get lost. I'll get like 5 layers deep into a craft and have to start back at the beginning, and I hit backspace and it worked.
Yep. Yeah, I figured that out, or by accident, I think, a while ago.
Really
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. No, I did not know that one.
Yeah, it's been in NEI for some time now, at least.
So many little
maybe
neat things in
always.
NEI.
There is.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing.
He is a pretty awesome dev.
We love you, Chicken Bones.
Yay, Chicken Bones. He will be on a future episode of Wrenched, I believe, as a judge. He did express interest in doing that, by the way.
In judging or playing?
Yeah, I think judging. He might want to play. We'll see. I think that'll be cool. Yep. So we've got about almost 10 minutes left here. We're down to about the 10-minute and 45-second point. So our competitors have a bit more work ahead of them, about 2/3 of the way through here. And we've got the energy unloader, again, facing the wrong direction, the loader and the unloader. But I'm sure Thomason will figure that out once he starts testing this build. Hopefully he will.
Yeah, Cover, are those shift clickable so they can...
Nope, he just did. He just rotated them.
Side?
He just rotated them properly, it looks like. It's kind of hard to see, but I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Or no, he didn't do this one properly, looks like. Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they
good.
are. I don't see a plug on any visible side, so they must be on the bottom.
There's a plug over
I
here on this
think
one.
they're in the back.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They're hard to see through the wiring, but you're right.
Yeah, I've got a texture pack, so I wasn't 100% sure.
Yep, with a vanilla texture pack, it's hard to see the plug through the fiber optic cabling, the fiber cabling. And Craft kind of just standing there at the moment.
Oh, yeah, on the texture pack I have, they look like your typical 3-prong US plug. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 blades in the ground.
They do look cool, by the way. I think they look cool.
Maybe he assumes they're supposed to face the energy line. I hope not.
He might be assuming that. I guess we'll find out. But, I mean, if he goes to test it, he should find pretty quickly what's going on.
Yeah. And I just wanted to thank Covert for Railcraft for one reason, and that is because it brought back my interest in Rails, which I had previously thought was a useless system in Minecraft. So I got to give you kudos for bringing a life breath to that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I played a lot of Minecraft back when the booster rails still worked. I don't know if you guys remember booster rails. It was the only way to it's the only way to boost carts and get them traveling quickly. Before powered rails even existed, and once Railcraft came around, I'm like, oh man, this is cool.
Yeah. And this gives Railcraft this gives Rails a purpose. I can actually use these in my Minecraft experience, whereas in Minecraft it's like, yay, I made a roller coaster and I used all of my resources and now I'm done. So
yeah, we have a little over 8 minutes left. I don't know if we want to give. We haven't given a warning to the contestants yet, have we?
No, but that's okay.
Just so you know, Direwolf, I'm pretty sure we're about to see a counter coming from Craft.
Ooh, a counter.
Oh yeah,
I like counters.
That does sound like an interesting idea. I like that.
No one ever uses counters, so this is getting excited.
It's no longer. I think we'll see.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got something going on.
I'm excited. No one ever uses counters, and he's using a counter. Woo!
Hey, I love counters. They're great.
Yeah, I love counters. I've used counters before.
I used a few in my Rube Goldberg machine.
You did. Correction. The people I normally build maps with never use counters. They make me use counters.
Oh, I see an MFE coming up over here, by the way. So it looks like his energy storage of choice will be a MFE. There it is. Just showed up. And is he upgrading it? Oh, he just built an MFE cart. Okay.
Yeah, I would have been surprised if he'd went for an MFSU.
Yeah, that wouldn't really be necessary. Now, here's something interesting. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's got this thing wired up directly to an electric furnace.
Oh, so he's not making a mistake. We are.
Well, the direction of the block might be wrong still, but he's not going to hook this up to a generator. Or a storage unit. He's basically using the card itself as a mobile MFE rather than just transport energy from one spot to another, but to actually hold the energy and power an electric furnace as long as it can.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. I like that idea.
Then it can go back for. Oh, that's cool. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. If he has the buttons clicked right, as soon as the MFE empties out, it'll go back and get more energy from the generator.
And that's a good way to move power over long distances without having power loss. If you're looking for practicality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I do hope he figures out what's wrong.
He's
I'm sure
suspecting his face is wrong on his generator.
He'll figure it out, I'm sure. He's got plenty of time. 7+ minutes?
Do you see anywhere where you could use wafers in there yet?
I don't see anywhere for him to use wafers just yet, but he's still got about 6 minutes left, so maybe we'll go up and give them their 5-minute warning in a few minutes here. or
Let
1.
me know
Be
when.
sure Kraft changed his mind and now he's
Using.
yeah.
Looks like a battery's coming up.
I got a question for you, Darwin.
Shoot.
Will we be changing to liquid creosote oil once?
Yeah,
we're
I
on
think
that
that's
version?
definitely going to happen. I definitely think that's going to have to happen.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I have not had a chance to play with the liquid creosote oil version yet, so I have to see how it all functions. But I'm sure we'll work that in somehow, and all the other upcoming changes for Railcraft. So people better study up on their Railcraft if they're going to be on Wrenched, because I do like throwing them into the baskets.
Sweet. I'm cool with that. I've been using the liquid, and I'm a fan of it. I really like it much better than the bottles.
Nice.
I
Looks like
assume we're
Thomason
going
is
to
rotating
Vertex
his
1.3 already.
MFE there. He's trying to figure out what's going on with it. Oh, yeah, he's trouble. He's got a little bit of a trouble there.
Speaking of railcraft knowledge, did you also know that if you, this is also IC2 I guess, if you have a laser on superheat and you hit coal, you get creosote oil and coal coke.
Oh, do you? That's cool.
You do.
Ooh, I wonder if he can't figure out how to get. So he's realized he needs a plug on the bottom, but didn't know he could shift click it on the opposite side, apparently.
No, I think he's still trying to figure out what's going on with it.
Well,
He's still trying to sort it out. But he's only got, let's check on the clock here, about 4 minutes remaining.
He's got the power going into there now, and he's figured that which side the power needs to go into.
And I'll say we're down to the 4-minute mark, and I don't see any stone wafers being used on either side here.
Kraft has definitely made a timer.
Made, but has he placed it?
No.
And were you saying something a minute ago, Covert?
Those particular furnace recipes for the coal and the creosote oil was not supposed to be active in a standard install.
Oh, okay.
So that's technically a bug.
Oh, I'm really sad. I really like that.
And actually, I removed those recipes entirely with the liquid update.
Oh boy. Cool. So these guys, let's go ahead and pop up in their channel to give them their 3-minute warning. Matabase, go ahead and move us whenever you're ready.
I am ready.
Cool.
I think Kraft's really struggling here.
Yeah.
User was moved out of your channel. Removed.
Hey guys, just wanted to come in and give you your 3-minute warning, so it's time to start thinking about wrapping up your builds. How are you making out, Thomason?
Learning railcraft, are we?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, you've got, like I said, a little bit less than 3 minutes at this point. 2.5 minutes, or no, yeah, 2 minutes 45 seconds. There we go. And Kraft, how are you making out?
Yeah.
Yep. I told you guys these chests might be a little deceptively simple. Just the fact that all the items work together, but also required a lot of work to get them to work together.
Coming down to the wire. No pun
Yeah, we are.
intended.
Yep, got a little bit, almost 2 minutes left, a little bit more, 2:15. And I'm not pushing my push-to-talkie at the moment, but looks like Thomason has probably figured out his MFE storage problem. Yeah, he has. Nice. I had a feeling he would get it.
Upon the crowd.
But I don't see... Yeah, I don't see anything like this. I'm actually talking to the YouTube audience, but not pushing my push-to-talk, because I'm commenting on their builds without wanting them to hear it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. You're fine. You're fine. That's what happens when I don't push my push-to-talkie. Ooh, looks like we've got a solar panel over here to...
What did he just make by chance? I wasn't in the
He
table
made
time.
the deployer.
Thank you.
Really?
Do we move back down so you guys can comment?
No, we're fine.
Oh,
We've
there's
only
2
got 1
minutes,
minute
I
left.
see,
Yeah.
1
Yeah,
minute,
yeah.
15
Yeah.
seconds, guys. 1 minute, 15 seconds.
This is me not paying attention to the timer. Okay.
I really love the timer, by the way, Tog. You did some nice work there. Oh boy, I don't know if that works.
You're in
Let's
the
see.
judging room. Another
I
judging
know.
room.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining, and you guys are less than a minute at this point. 55 seconds. So really think about wrapping up the end of your builds here.
Crafting down to the last second.
We have a
Yep.
tank.
It's another nail biter, to be sure. I have no idea what he's doing here.
I don't know why.
What on earth do we have a tank for? Lava?
Yo, I gotta say, I have no idea what he's doing.
I love it.
I don't mind
You
saying
and me
that publicly
both.
because he's only got 30 seconds left, but
I think he's going to give us the intention. It has to be lava.
But can he run down to that platform?
Whoa, grab a bucket.
Oh. Here we watch. The chef runs down to the pantry.
And runs back up.
Oh, God.
We hit the bell.
oh yeah, it is a geothermal generator. Okay.
12, 11,
10 seconds left, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Time is down.
2, 1, and we are done, guys. Time is up. Everybody wrap up. Go ahead. Head down to your center platforms. You are done.
Oh, wow, that actually...
All right. Well, we're going to close off the recording here for a moment, and we'll be right back for the judging. All right, guys, we are back in Wrenched Episode 4, Round 3 for the judging. We're heading over to Thomason's build first. Thomason, talk us through what you did.
Yeah, I have a generating power for the MFE coach. When that's full, it's gonna travel around here, unload its power into the electric furnace, so I can cook some iron ore.
Cool. No, that looks like a pretty solid build. Actually, I have a question. I don't know. Covert Jaguar, what is the energy output rate of the energy unloader? What's the EU rate?
It depends on the card.
Oh, so if it's an MFE card, it'll output at MFE speed?
Yeah, I think so. I'd have to check to be certain, but I think that's correct.
So he had the right idea, sort of.
Can we put lava in to see if it works? Or...
I would recommend the...
It's
probably
get
you're
all of
asking
that.
Again.
This transformer row.
Yeah, it's
I would kind of recommend
Yeah, the transformer will probably explode. I mean,
It is,
no, I don't
it's backwards, I
flipping
think.
it.
Yeah, it exploded.
Well, all right, judges. Go ahead and let's see what you have to say. And I'm sorry,
No,
Thomason, did you have a stone wafer down anywhere? I didn't see a...
No.
This is what I was curious about, is did you have a plan for the stone wafer at all?
Yeah, I wanted to build lights and stuff and just make it look pretty, and my original idea was to have it transport lava into the generator.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Togger, Covert, any comments?
Yeah. Noticed it looked like you had a little trouble with your loader and unloader.
Yep. I think he got it sorted, though, towards the end.
Yeah. He looked like he couldn't figure out any way to turn it upside down. Is that true?
No, I mixed up which way they're supposed to be when they're loading and unloading, because some loaders loads from the top and some distances.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's head over to
Actually,
the...
it was the orientation of the side with the plug that was the issue.
Yeah, they should have been on the bottom side.
Yeah, I think the plug has to face the cart.
I wasn't sure if you didn't know how to make the plug face away from you, if that was your trouble or not.
All right, let's head over to the blue side and
Yep.
see what we got going on over here. So, Kraft, you're up, buddy. Go ahead and start
Yeah.
walking us through that build.
Well, basically, I have kind of a similar thing. You have the energy loader that's loaded in an MFE cart, which heads off to the world that's somewhere around here somewhere. I couldn't fit the world in this platform, so
Understandable.
It is powered by a geothermal generator and a solar panel, which I admit is a complete panic move because I couldn't figure out anything else to do with the energy circuit thingy.
Cool.
Well, multiple sources of energy isn't really bad.
No, it's not bad. It's working, but it's boring. So.
Yeah.
And over here we have deployer that deploys to a Buildcraft tank using a bucket, and this tank is supposed to be full with lava.
Cool.
And then my time ran out, but my plan was to make a pipe network that would fill the geothermal generator with the lava.
Awesome. Sounds good. So probably just needed a redstone engine there, and then you'd be pretty much done with that, right?
Yeah, I would have to figure out some bucket return
Some way
systems
to
as well.
recycle buckets. Right. Yeah, that could get kind of tricky.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, judges, what do you think?
I like the build. It's quite cool.
Are we going to decide here, or?
Well, no, just comment on the build, and then we'll go back to the private room.
I mean, you know,
yeah,
chemical chest maybe.
Think it was a good start anyway. We could kind of tell where you were going, but obviously it was lacking a few components to really make it work. Especially getting lava into the generator with this type of build is somewhat complicated. Unless I suppose some sort of cells would work, right? Instead of buckets.
Yeah, either way, really.
No.
I think you could just pipe it in with pipes.
You could, but that wouldn't have used the timer.
You could use the timer on the engine powering the wooden pipe.
Well,
yeah.
And then it would have been basically a lever.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I think the judges are actually have a pretty tough decision ahead of them, in my opinion. But contestants will be back in a few minutes. Let's switch down to the judging room. All right, guys, we're back in the private judges room for round 3 of episode 4. Well, judges, I'd like to hear your thoughts. And keep in mind, we want to judge these 2 competitors across all 3 rounds. Let's kind of go back and think a little bit about their first and second round after we talk about round 3 here.
Yep.
So, Slowpoke, I'll turn it over to you to start for round 3.
Okay. If we start off with the Craft, all of its builds, first round, second round, and this round, they are very strong, straightforward builds. They pick what are, I believe, to be the obvious solution for the as to implement. Like in this build, I like the build.
Yep. You're breaking up a little bit, Slowpoke.
Am I? Hold on, let me just switch to push to talk.
Okay. Covert, what did you think of round 3 here?
I think they actually both did pretty good. It hurts Tom a little that he didn't use the wafer. But I think they both had a pretty good idea of where they were going.
Yep,
They should be better now, by the way.
All right, Slowpoke, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying in the first round, all 3 rounds, Craft's builds were very strong, solid builds, the obvious solutions to each time, but he managed to get through them all very well. With Thomason's builds, they were a bit more creative, but in this last round, he's missed an item out again, which is a bit unfortunate. So it's strength versus creativity, I think, in this circumstance.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Tog, what were your thoughts? Any special comments?
Yeah, I thought they were both good. I think I maybe the lone on this, but I actually like Thomason's better. Crafts, while he did use the stone wafer and a timer, that whole system seemed a rather contrived and complicated way to get stuff through a loop like that into his generator. So Um, you know, I'm not sure I'd favor him just for that.
Well, how about rounds 1 and 2? How did you guys feel about them?
Um, yeah, they're both strong rounds.
I have to say, Thomason's build in the first round is one of the best builds I've seen on Wrenched.
Cool.
One of the most creative rounds I've seen on Wrenched. I really, really liked it.
That, yeah, which round was the one with the wheat?
The beehive.
Oh, the beehive. Yeah, I was actually surprised that
The beehive.
breaking beehives in a block breaker worked like that. But
You knew that, Tog.
no, I didn't.
You forgot you knew it.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right. How about round 2? What did you guys think of that one?
If I'm honest, I thought they were both kind of. I think round 2 was just weak.
Yeah, round 2 I think was a little rough.
Struggled with the items.
Yeah, well, his use of the knowing the dark room right away for Thomasons and items. I mean, the layout could have perhaps been a bit differently, but I think that was a very solid build for him.
Yep. Now, in round 2, Kraft forgot to use an item. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then in round 3, Thomason missed an item.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think you guys have a pretty tough decision to make, but let's go ahead and, deliberate off camera, and we'll be back with the judging and the final wrenching and determine who the winner is, because this sounds like a pretty close one, to be honest with you guys. This sounds actually very close. So we'll be right back, everybody. Hello, everyone. We're back with round 3 of episode 4. It's time to announce the winner of episode 4 of Wrenched. So, which of these two competitors, Kraft and Thomason, are going to be our victor, and which one is going home at the end of round 3, just barely missing it, because I think this was a very, very close competition, which the judges are about to speak to. So, Slowpoke, go ahead and flip the lever and let us know who is being wrenched.
Okay.
Oh, Kraft, I'm sorry. Judges, what did you think here? What brought you to your decision?
I gotta tell you, it was a very close round, but in the end, I think Thomason just, just edged out on all the rounds, but really solid builds. Out of the 4 of him, he is pretty consistent in having, fairly functional builds by the end of the time.
Yeah, I think what I heard in the judging round was that Thomason had some serious points for creativity, and even though he forgot an item in one of the rounds, so did Kraft. So yeah, Slowpoke, any final comments or Covert?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm quite open in the fact that the very first round, the beehive system that you had set up is one of the most creative builds I've seen yet on Wrenched. I really, really like that. And that was what decided it for me.
Cool.
Yay. Yeah, all right. It was very close, very hard decision.
Cool. Well, I think that is a congratulations in order for Thomason and Kraft. Really good showing. Very close, but, I think... Uh-oh, Kraft went up in flames. He just went and jumped into the fireplace.
Wait.
Well, all right, guys. We'll be back in a minute for Thomason to go ahead and place his sign in the Hall of Champions. All right, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are in the judges' chamber here in the Hall of Champions. We've got our new champion, Thomason X. He was kind enough to donate for the Child's Play Marathon, and he got a spot on Wrenched here. And dude, he won. So Thomason, way to go, man! Really a strong showing today. Well done. A well-deserved victory against a bunch of mod developers and YouTubers at that. So Thomason, awesome.
Thank you. I didn't expect that at all.
I just want to say it was definitely not favoritism on our part. He was just the best contestant.
Yeah, so there's a sign for you, Thomason. You can choose any spot here in the Hall of Victors to place your sign wherever you want. You can go place it up next to floors if you want. That's cool. Oh boy, in the fireplace, huh? Nice. And
very worthy winner.
Nice. I'm hot. That's true. Very cool, man. So some of you guys who may have seen this before might have noticed there have been a few changes made to the Hall of Champions, by the way. Slowpoke and the build team, we're just putting a few little tweaks in here, just a few things to make it look a little fancy. We did replace the regular door with a frame door and that kind of stuff. Now, I know I did promise that we would have a little bit of a showing of the clock. I think I'm going to make that a separate episode. That might just be a little bit of an addendum to this episode. So I'm going to wrap up the recording here and stay tuned in the future for an episode where me and Tog take a look at the clock real quick and just kind of get an overview of how it works. Does that sound cool, Tog?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you again, everyone who came in, hung out. The mugs, of course, and where's our other Dominator? Oh, he had to leave. That's right. So Tom had to take off, but definitely appreciate you guys donating to the Child's Play charity and winning the opportunity to join us here on Wrenched Episode 4. Thomas and X, again, also thank you very much for donating and hanging out with us, and congratulations on winning.
Thank you.
All right, and Slowpoke, of course, and Covert Jaguar, and Matabase, and Craft, and all the gang here. Tog, thank you very much for hanging out. And Craft, I know it's way past your bedtime, so go to sleep.
We'll do.
All right, guys, take it easy, everyone.